Hi guys, welcome to a early showing of Craft Ed, even though it's not even really a Craft Ed tonight. It's just a Chattanooga Ed show with Rico and Skipper. Hi guys, thanks for coming up with me.
Ooh. You're welcome.
Hi.
Well, I thought it's May, and May means I got to set up my guppies for guppy season. So I want to figure out what guppies I'm going to do this year. And I thought maybe, because Rico and I are going to have a booth at or a table or a vendor spot. What's it called? We're going to be
all
vendors. That sounds more official. We're going to be official vendors at the Clash this year. And Rico's wife and daughter are going to man the station, which is super nice of them. So I was trying to figure out ways to pay for it without it really costing money in case we sell nothing. I mean, because there's a chance. I don't want to be $165 in the hole. And
yeah.
So this was my idea, was I get some John Oliver guppies. I mean, we could talk about other great breeders or guppy breeders, but John Oliver is such a nice guy. I've wanted his guppies for years, and I've just never pulled the trigger on a guppy from him. So I thought I would buy 4 pairs, put them in the tubs at the last week of May, or maybe the first week of June, like June 1st, and we'll videotape how many, baby cat wants over. We'll tape how many guppies we produce by October. You know, so I'll be kind of charting it. Stop it. Normally Nico doesn't let him or let her up here. You know, this is his territory. But man, I got a cattail in the mouth, and now I can't think of what I was even talking about.
So you're going to keep up on it throughout the summer and let us know how they're doing and how they're breeding and what they look like, right?
Yeah, and then I thought, what we would try to do is hopefully get 10 pairs out of it and then sell them and make it. I'll probably sell them for $25 a pair if they look good. If they look crappy, it'll be $5 and we won't make any profit. But then hopefully it'll pay for the guppies and pay for the booth for us. I think that'd be awesome.
So what else is going to be at the booth? So you're going to have Tennessee Fish Mafia shirts and hats, the guppies. What else is that? Oh, you were going to have some magnets and some artwork.
Like I've got this little guy. He's a magnet. My little shrimpies. I made them a year ago with Shelby. I don't know if you remember that.
Oh, yeah. I remember.
I thought I'd make about 20 shrimps. Now, she sees me pulling stuff off the shelf over here, so now she wants to get over here.
You could sell caves like Shady Grady said.
Yeah.
Well, sorry. You're really in a bad spot. The problem is my caves cost so much more than like the people that make them with a kiln, because you're literally talking mine probably cost 500 times more for me to make.
Yeah.
You know, 1 pound costs me $6. They get about 20 pounds for $6. So that's the bummer. Like I'll have little crab magnets and little discus magnets. So I'll probably bring like 20 different magnet or 25 different types of magnets. Oh, I just saw Nico running and he just jumped right there.
I
don't know where baby cat went. Nico came up and she took off. But come on. No, don't look at your butt. Sorry, guys. Maybe I would try to do one or maybe three of my art pieces, like how I make three for the art shows, because I'm going to make it for the Clash, and then the three that I have in the Clash, I'm going to take to the OCA because they have an art show. So I'll be put, and you see how Nico doesn't whack me in the face with his tail. He just takes control over the area and does a great job. But I'll be showing those at both places, my things. And then I don't know if maybe I could do some hydro dipping or something. I could take some special orders if anybody wants a special order.
Yeah. Ariel and Michelle will be bringing a bunch of stickers. Most of the stuff is going to be like fishy related, but not all of it. Ariel has some prints and stuff of her artwork that she'll have there as well. I don't think there'll be anything of mine. Like I told Ariel, if she wants to make something, that's fine. She can keep whatever, do whatever. But I think it's going to be, they've got some pretty cool little stickers and stuff. So they'll, just be a few bucks a piece for the stickers. And one of them you'll really like because it's Cthulhu. I think I showed it to you. It's Cthulhu holding a fish bowl that has a city in it. So you're such a big fan of Cthulhu.
I will definitely buy at least two of those.
But so there'll be quite a bit of stuff at the table, though. So it's a big amount of different kinds of stuff. So it should be fun.
Yeah, and I was gonna buy a second table because a second table is only $10 more to put behind us, so they could put things like their coats and stuff under it, or put their spare junk there. And then if we think we need another vending table, I don't know how much a second vending table costs.
I think we'd be all right. I think that sounds like we'll have plenty of space. We can make it work.
I think so. Yeah. It might be hard to fill one table. I don't know.
Yeah, it might.
So, but I'm gonna do my summer tubbing again. Oh, Skipper, do you want to say hi to people for me real quick, and I'll get this lined up.
I could do that. Well, it'll be off the participants list. Excuse me. We got Big Steve, Chris Hawk was in.
Hey, Big Steve. Hiya.
Dixie Signs, L Fish Tanks, Fishy Hippie, Fish Fam Link, Jenny Lynn, KG Aquatics, Muppet 929, Nathan Havey, Oinky, Shady Grady, TK Tropics, Outside In Aquatics. That's all I got on there.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for coming. Now, Keith, he has like he sets up like 4 tables of vending stuff. But he's a real store, so. But it'd be kind of cool if we were close to him so we could say hi to him. But
not too close though, because then we'd have to talk to him a lot. I mean, I don't want to talk to him a lot. Maybe just wave or something. That's good
point. It probably would be better to be on the other side of the place.
Yeah. Just say, "Hey, Keith," and that'd be about it. You can shout. Yeah, that'd be good enough.
Well, I don't know what I was saying, but so John Oliver told me that he would do his best to get me 4 pairs of any of these guppies that we're showing tonight, and I'm going to let you guys help me pick the guppies. Now, one of the guppies, I've already told John, if the crowd doesn't pick it, I'm going to get 2 pairs, and they're going in the fish room because they're just amazing. And normally I would just get 2 pair, but because it's in a tub outside, 110-gallon tubs, you never know what can happen. Maybe a bird or something. I don't think a squirrel could grab I've had a squirrel drowned in my tub before, but I've never had a lost fish that I know of to anything other than the baby tree frogs that killed the fry.
Yeah, same here. I've been lucky because we do have a lot of, wildlife around. There's fox and raccoon and all kinds of stuff. And, Yeah, I've never, but we live right on the lake, so I think that they're going into the bay or into the lake and leaving my ponds and stuff alone because it's small fry. You know what I mean?
And that's exactly it. I think these fish are so small because I live right on uh
That river.
oh my gosh, I'm trying to remember what my lake is called. It's a flooded lake.
Chattahoochee?
It used to be Okamagua. Okamagua. Uchamagua.
Coochie, coo-
Gosh.
garbanzo bean, chickpea.
Any other time of the day, I would tell you exactly what it is. It used to be the Tennessee River, but it like filled in the valleys when they dammed it up. So
For Deliverance.
it's still kind of the Deliverance areas where I live.
Chickamauga.
Chickamauga. That's it. Thank you. Who said Chickamauga?
Jay Tonis, Manimal Room, which I don't know Jay Tonis. Hi, Jay Tonis. Blackfire Aquatics, Daily Fish Cave, Silver Creek, Tomatillo, Whip came in. Hi, everybody.
Hi, guys. I live about about a half a mile, maybe less from the lake. So, we see the big birds, but they've never landed like the gray herrings or I know gray herrings and blue herrings are basically identical. One lives in Europe, one lives here.
Well,
Red Cross.
The great blues live here.
Okay.
Great blue heron. Yeah. And then we've also got green herons.
Oh, they're probably jerks because they're little green guys.
They're a lot smaller, but they're really cool looking little birds. Really, they're just
probably
half the size, not even half the size of the blue herons.
Probably more apt to eat my fish.
They're the fish. They're the bird that got me into birding was the green herons.
Oh, well, that's cool.
Nathan,
I had my foot wrapped around the foot cord or the.
Ooh.
Let me make. Oh, I unplugged. Things are just going crazy tonight. This room is actually a lot darker than it seems. I don't even know if you guys can hear me. Could you guys hear me?
Yeah. Yeah, the whole time we could hear you.
Okay, good. See, I still have no lights. So the light that you're seeing is just the light from my monitor lighting me up. Because I noticed that it actually makes me look better than this light. This light actually makes me look, well, I don't know. That's not too bad. And then I can see a little bit around the room. Okay, we'll go with this. But so I do tubbing. I normally put about 12 guppies in each tub at the beginning of the season, and then I pull out anywhere from 200 to 500 tubs or guppies. It'll be interesting because I use the same guppies year in, year out. So mine are used to my water and everything. I've never just bought guppies from somewhere else because I've bought guppies from people and they just didn't do well in my water, and we're hoping that if I buy these guys, I'll put them in one of my fish tanks for about 2 weeks, and then we'll put them outside for till August or till October, basically, and see how many we make.
Yeah,
so
I'm going to do the
fun.
same. I'm not getting any nice ones like you though. I've got my muck guppies that I take out, and I don't count them. I just scoop up a bunch of them, put them in a bucket, take them out to the tubs and dump them in, and whatever I get out of that, I bring to the clash to give away, for the give a kid a tank thing. So they're muck guppies, but there's some nice looking ones, and the tails are all random because they came from so many different strains that sometimes you get like lyre tail, there's sword tail. I mean, it's just all the different tails pretty much.
Yeah, but that's fun. That's cool. Well, so the one thing that I do ask the people tonight when we pick, I also talked to John. I said, don't send me any photos of black guppies. And it's not that I'm racist or anything, but I don't think that we'll be able to see any big difference with the sun hitting black guppies that are solid black.
Gotcha. Especially if it's a black tub.
Yeah, and I just don't care for black guppies because they're hard to see in your fish tank. I've got black lace guppies right now that was gifted to me, and I've got them on the bottom shelf, and all I ever see is their faces when they're eating their food. That's all I ever look at is their faces. So it's kind of mean, I guess. But well, I'm going to show the first one, and we can talk about if we think the first one. I don't know if the sun could make it look better, but it will be an amazing looking fish for the tubs because it's a metallic. And all metallics, I think, are the best guppies for
Question before
tubbing.
we get any further.
Sure.
How are we tallying this?
I think I'm just going to show the people, and then we'll go back and forth until we narrow it down at the end. Is that cool? I mean, otherwise, I guess I could write. I've got my clipboard here and a pen, but I think it's going to be hard. You know, people just remember they like the green metallic black.
How many different ones are we looking at?
Mosaic. I think he sent me about 10 different guppies.
Okay. Peplin's here. Craig's Catfish Cave came in. Myrick. Hi, everybody.
Hi, Myrick. I was going to ask Myrick if he'd want to be a PSA sponsor ever.
I bet he would.
If you'd like that. I don't know. But just throwing that out there for you to think about, Myrick. It costs nothing. You just have to be embarrassed for 30 seconds. But and we can talk about any questions that you have about tubbing. I like to do water hyacinth, but I have done mosaic plants. I wasn't able to get any last year. The mosaics are really cool. I absolutely love how they look.
Yeah.
I don't think they do as much cover though.
Why don't you do the water lettuce? You still have that?
I do, but it's just they don't have as big of a root system as the water hyacinth. The water hyacinths just make this giant ball.
Yeah, but the water lettuce gets huge too. I mean, because my water lettuce that I got from you gets to be like dinner size, you know, and the roots will be a foot long.
Oh, well, maybe I've got 2 tanks of water lettuce in my fish room. One's not doing very good. So I think the lights are starting to dim out on that tank, but I'll throw some in a tank and see how they do outside. That's a great idea.
Oh, hey, you know what?
I'll take notes.
Before we do this, I'm gonna take this away real quick. I just want to I want to show you something very important, just real quick, and then we'll jump in.
And oh my gosh, that's all kind of awesome.
Do you remember this, people?
Yep.
Does everybody in the chat remember this? Perfect. We lost Skipper. This perfect moment from one of the best Chattanooga Ed Craft Ed streams ever. This is a one of a kind. There's no other ones of these. My good friend Ricky DeHoyas sent me this. We lost Skipper. Xanadu
Skipper. I think what I'm going to do is I am going to write down like 1 through 10. And so if people say I went 5 and then instead of 6, I wrote 10 because I said 10. If people think that they like one a lot or hate it, I'll write that down so we can just skip over it later. And if there's more than 10, then I'll just add another number. But water lettuce in one of the tubs this year.
It does great in my pond, and I mean they get massive. I have to pull a lot of them out and put them in the compost. But they get to be like, you know, just huge, and the root system is massive, and they do really good.
Wow. Well, I'll have to do that. I'll definitely. Okay, so let's go.
Skipper said his internet went out,
Oh, poor guy.
so he should be back in just a minute.
This is the black and green metalhead, and I don't know what'll happen. I don't know if maybe the yellows might turn darker green. I wouldn't be surprised. If it almost looks like a jade by the end of the summer. But
It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
yeah, it's a Dumbo mosaic. You can tell from the tail because it's. Can you see my mouse? Oh, you can see my mouse on here. I wish my mouse was bigger with like a red dot or something. But you can see how they kind of connect in the pattern.
It's got like a number 9.
A beautiful, yeah, or a 6. But I mean, look at the black between the scales. It's almost like a betta or a
yeah.
Oh man,
that other one, Stephen White.
Marijuana. Oh. Super pretty. What did Stephen White say about it?
Stephen had a good point. Are we voting as to which guppy would look great in a pond or which guppy we would buy at the Clash to put in a tank?
Well, the main one is what one do you want me to bring to the Clash?
Okay, yeah.
So the tub thing is just for fun. We might as well experiment a little too while we do it. With it.
Thank you, Winky. That's my favorite so far.
Okay.
Because we've only looked at one so far.
See, I have to move my Kool-Aid. Oh my gosh, I spilled my Kool-Aid this week, right before I went to Dungeons and Dragons. That was a drag.
Drag in.
Now, these albino red tails, these are so pretty. I haven't put albinos outside, so I don't know for sure if they'll darken up. I would imagine, hopefully they don't all go blind. My tubs don't get a ton of light. They get about probably 4 to 5 hours of direct sunlight is my goal. Right now I got to have a top of a tree chopped off so I can get that, because last year, by the end of the year, they were only getting about 2 hours. My water hyacinth was actually starting to die off because it wasn't getting enough light.
Hi, Paul. Paul McCarthy just came in. They're nice. They're nice. I wonder if they would almost glow being outside in the sun. But hi, Dapper Dennis. They're not. I like the other ones better.
Okay. And I'm going to put ART for albino red tail. Oh, I like how John Oliver even has a thing that says John Oliver. Now, John Oliver, he would have been here tonight, but he already had tickets to the local baseball game, and he was taking his son to it.
Yeah.
Oh, look, there's a female in here. I just noticed her. So we get to see what the female looks in this group, and she's a real pretty gold with kind of the real light bluish tail. So it's not an ugly female, which is kind of nice that
I have some better ones, but I mean, that's Shady Grady said those are some of my favorite guppies. I definitely buy a pair at the Clash.
Awesome. Now, man, look at these beautiful boys.
Yeah.
My gosh. They are crazy cool. Oh, he's got a female in here, and look, she's got spots on her fins. So I like it. I love it when you can identify the female with the males, that they have they coordinate like for prom.
Yeah.
It's like, I've got red mosaic boys and all the girls have blue tails. So weird.
Jay Oliver does sell, mostly on band, I believe, right, Ed?
Yes. And
mostly on the band app.
I think this is mainly his main job. He has sold, I don't know if he said 80. This was a couple of years ago, but I think he said he sold 80,000 pairs or something like that, guppies.
Oh, wow.
And he also he has beautiful bettas, and I know that he was breeding angels
Yeah,
and
angel.
goats.
Yeah.
And he also
Hi,
has
Elfish.
goats.
Dave.
But these are the king cobras.
I like them. I mean, they're not my favorite, but they're definitely striking. And again, I wonder how they'll do. What they'll look like in the sun. That's what I'm going to think about with every one of these. Are they going to be any different from being outside in the sun?
Yeah, I see. Like my swordtails, I put them out every year. My swordtail guppies, and they start to kind of turn metallic in the sun too. But you wouldn't know it if they never go outside. So I wonder if these would kind of get a little bit of a metallic gold on them. The yellow would start to be a real pretty shininess. But they're really, they look like a thick, healthy guppy. I don't think those fins are just going to tear up as quick as other situations. And then these look like some grass fish. Oh, bluegrass. So I'd rather stay away from these because I already have very similar fish. And I'll already be doing my Japanese blue tails out there. And I think my Japanese blue tails pop a little more. So do you guys mind if we just pass by these?
Yeah, those are okay, but yeah, you're right. I mean, I've always wanted blue fish. The only ones I have are my Bozeman eye, and they're only half.
Oh. Sorry, didn't mean to cuss. Okay.
I didn't hear it.
I don't know. And then we got to wait. Okay, everybody got a quick view of some fish. Okay. He's got a yellow. Now, I've got some similar to this that are called yellow Germans. So I'd rather stay away from that. But these do look like they have a little bit of a metallic on top of their head, which I bet will turn a lot darker blue. Because that's what happens with my silver, my platinums. They start to turn kind of a dark blue.
Instead of a platinum. Skipper's not going to make it back. It looks like he said he can't get it to work. He's having
poor guy.
And real quick, Nathan had a question about pea puffers. If they would just eat, or if they would stop after they're full. He said he put what was it? Hold on, I got to scroll back up. Here we go. Will they eat or eventually stop? I put 8 ram's horns in with 1 Amazon puffer. Oh, it's an Amazon puffer, not a pea puffer. Sorry. And they're all gone. I've never had the Amazon ones. I've only had pea puffers. But I don't think they go ahead.
They won't eat, but they'll murder all the. So literally, you'll put them in there. They'll eat till they're full, and then they'll murder the rest of them. So keep them out until you're ready to feed them. Otherwise, because like you're thinking, oh, I'll just buy 20 of these things and throw them in there. They'll murder all 20 in your first day. And then in 10 days or 20 days, however many you're feeding them, you're not going to have any. So the best thing to do is have a whole separate tank just for your snails and overfeed it so they mass produce, and you'll always have a food supply. But what were you going to say, Rico?
I don't remember.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that sounds right, though. Too Cooley just came in. Hi, Heather.
Hi, Too Cooley.
Greg said my avocado is like that. Jaytona said I've got a 13-inch Fajaca, can confirm bottomless pit. I've never had Fajakas either. I've only had the little guys, the little pea puffers.
Yeah, the only puffer I ever had that didn't mess with the snails was my dragon puffer. because it liked eating meat, like fish or
Hmm.
shrimp. But I left town for a weekend and all the snail shells were empty. And I think because there were some snails in there because I threw them in there. And I mean, they'd grown decent size because they were actually cleaning because he was well, actually, it was a girl, but she was so messy. Pieces of meat would go all over and then the snails would clean it up. Well, I think she swallowed them whole and then pooped them out whole. Well, because it was just an empty shell. It wasn't broke. It was so weird.
Maybe there was some other way she got them out or something. Or Dave's aquarium thoughts. Hello.
Yeah, maybe they know how to suck them out too. I don't know. I wish I would have had a camera on it somehow to see what she was doing. She was a good fish. I got her from Dan's Fish, and she was a big surprise. I had her for 2.5 years, and then she croaked just out of the blue. I have no idea why, but Dan said it was the biggest one he had, and she was about the size of a Nerf ball.
Wow.
So maybe she was at the end of her life too, because they catch them in the wild. But yeah, it was pretty funny because I wasn't expecting her for another week when I got her, but I was expecting shrimp from Flip's Shrimp.
Mhm.
And because I was interviewing Rob live on camera, and he was going to send me a package to open up live on camera. And I open it up, and there's this puffer in there, and it says, "Be careful. She can bite the end of your finger off. Be careful holding the bag." Oh my God. And so I was like, I got to get her in her tank. And I just set her tank up like 2 days before. And I'd put two mollies in there, just to help stimulate it quicker. And I also had an old sponge filter. And I put her in there, turned around, and went, oh, I think they eat the mollies. The mollies were gone. Both mollies were gone within 10 seconds of her being in that tank.
Wow. Wow.
She must.
I didn't know what hit him.
Dan starves the fish, or fasts. You shouldn't say starve. Fasts his fish before he mails them, so they don't have any waste in their water. And she was hungry, and they were gone. I don't know if they were so dumb they swam right to her mouth, or what.
Yeah,
but
they probably didn't know anything. Didn't even know what it was.
I mean, man, she just eviscerated them. It was crazy. Dan said he had the same situation where he would sometimes net fish and leave it in the bag, and he put one of the bags in a puffer tank that had one of those puffers, and he turned around and the puffer had bit a hole right through the net and got the fish.
Wow.
That he was sitting in there. So
wow,
crazy. But okay, I digress. Back to guppies. So I would prefer it if we stay away from these yellows, but they do really pop. And if that's what the people want, we could definitely do that. And I don't know if he sent me any threadfin. I didn't really look. If there's any threadfin, we're not going to get those because they can't breed. So that's not going to work. Okay, these guys look like kind of an Inler mix. Cobra Gold Lace Double Sword.
Why is this not letting me? Sorry, Nathan. Nathan had a message. Okay, did it?
Oh, what did Nathan say?
No, nothing. There's just some weirdness going on in the chat with. It looks like it's sorted out.
Oh, okay, cool.
So
I mean, if they're Inler, they're probably a little tougher, if they got Inler blood in them. But
I mean, I bet they would look amazing in the pond, in the tub. They're definitely not bad, but I still feel like the first one's my favorite still.
I like how the female's really gold. You can see the female behind him. And look, she is bigger than him. and she's a couple inches back. So I bet you he's a pretty small boy and a pretty big girl, which is very common in Endlers also. I mean, I've got Endler females that are bigger than guppy females.
Hi, Night Owl.
Night Owl.
All right, what's this one called?
I don't know for sure.
Yeah, that's a different looking one. I'm sort of digging it. It's sort of ugly. The body, the tail is amazing, but the body is sort of ugly, and I sort of like it. You know what I mean? It's definitely very unique.
It is.
Man, I sort of like that one.
I just bought a rug that kind of matches this.
Well, there you go. It was fated to be. I like the tail. The tail just looks like, it looks like a horse's mane.
Yeah. Now that might be with a lot of these. It's just you get the perfect photo.
Sure. Yeah.
So, but still, it does create a beautiful tail. So we definitely know.
I just feel like this one would look really good outside too. That it would really benefit from that sunlight just to make them pop.
Yeah.
That might be my second favorite. All right, this is pretty cool looking. Is that the same one as the other?
I think it's the same one as the other.
Oh, okay.
The females just aren't in there to.
Yeah. Oh, and this one looks nicer than another one too, but I think you're right. I think it is the same one. Ever hopeful? Hi there.
But I do like the split tail or lyre tail.
Yeah.
It has. It's pretty neat. It almost gives a killie vibe. A killifish vibe.
Yeah, sort of. Yeah, I see it. Especially, it does. Oh man, that makes me think more about that one. 58 people currently. Hello, everybody. Thanks for coming in and hanging out with us. Skipper might make it back. Do you know if Skipper was going to stream after you tonight?
He's not. He has to work.
Oh, okay.
He has to work tomorrow.
He's having internet problems. That's why he's not up with us. Now, this is the same as that other one.
Oh, it is. Okay. It's just a different angle. Well, maybe it really pops its tail a lot.
I like that one. I don't know why. It's ugly. The body is ugly, but I like it. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Oh,
wow. Look at this. It's a type of grass.
It looks like a peacock, doesn't it? Look, it's got that little eye right in the middle on the tail.
Yep. Right there. Man, it is a big, pretty boy. It'll be interesting to see if it turns gold or a green hue. Because it's the body up here that'll probably change the most. Like the bodies are what really gets suntanned. And I wouldn't be surprised if this turns like a bright gold. I mean, you'll still see the pattern, but all the yellowish stuff will either be solid, like a bright gold, or I wonder if it'll almost all darken up and turn into a darker green.
I like that one.
Yeah. And then this guy's pretty.
I don't know why. He is nice, but he just looks a lot more common. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yes.
Nothing wrong with that.
And like, if you could picture this tail with a metallic green body and Dumbo black fins, that's my green dragons that I own. So let's just move on to that one. These are probably purple mosaics.
Ooh. Those are awesome.
Yeah. I mean, and look, this is the female right here.
Yeah, she's beautiful.
She looks a lot like the boys. I mean, look, she has a real nice purple tail and a purple dorsal, but look at this boy. I bet you the purples will really be a dark, beautiful purple on them after the summer.
This is going to be tough.
And I don't know who she belongs to. I wonder if we'll see. Maybe the next picture will be a tuxedo but it's rare that you see a tuxedo on a female.
She's very nice looking female.
Yeah. Oh, darn it! I did it again. Oh, maybe that was the last one.
Tampa Tom. Oh, Dave Aquarium Thoughts wants to know how late do you plan on going tonight?
Oh, I was probably going to wrap it up at 10, if that's cool. So in about 20 some minutes.
Oh, ever hopeful. Okay.
And is Dave going to go tonight?
Maybe that's what he was asking for.
Whoops. There's the female. Okay. Now these guys are big, beautiful blues.
Man, I wish the blue was all the way up. You know, if the entire body was blue, because that's like a black there, isn't it? So dark. But if it was a blue all the way up, those would be amazing.
Yeah, that's the tuxedo tail on their body. I wonder if this. I wonder if this is this one's female, because they almost have a little bit of dark on their lips. And look, she has like a dark tip on her lips.
Yeah, this one's so much more gold though.
Yeah, but I mean that could also be partially the lighting.
Yeah,
but
I mean, her fins are more. They do have a lot of blue on them. Dave's Fish Cave would like to know if you feed the guppies in the tubs. I don't. I don't. Yeah, I don't ever feed them. They get plenty of mosquito larvae and things like that. So I've never fed them outside.
I feed twice a day. I grind up just flakes. They aren't going to get any brine shrimp or anything like that because they get all the stuff that's living out there, like what Rico was saying. But I just want the biggest yields possible, and fish that are full aren't going to chase the babies.
Good point.
So that's why I'm really pounding the food. And my preference, I just bought it last night. I bought 5 pounds of Omega-1 Ultra Color. That's my favorite affordable fish food. There's a lot of fish foods I wish I could afford, but I can't. So
I got a bunch from Northfin the other day. They sent me a big package of stuff, all kinds of different things. I'm going to do some giveaways soon. You got a $1.49 super chat from Dave's Aquarium Thoughts. It's just the banana.
Oh, thank you, sir.
And
let me know if Dave's going to go next.
He said it might be too early, but he was considering. So, yeah, maybe. Also, Too Cooley, member for 23 months, and she says, I vote purple.
Too Cooley, maybe we're going to have you be a sponsor one week. But speaking of the PSA real quick, we have, I picked Uncle Sam I could see my mouse on the screen, but it's on the wrong screen. Okay. Uncle Smiley. Aquariums.
Yeah.
I accidentally said Uncle Sam and it threw me off. He was the last person to renew their membership, so I just randomly picked him. I was like, who am I going to go with? And I went with and I checked, and he was the last one to renew. So he has an important PSA that he wants to share with everybody. And it's never underestimate your grandma. Always keep an eye on her. They are a lot more powerful than you would think.
Never underestimate grandma's power.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Smiley. You're awesome.
Ever Hopeful has a question. New to the idea tubs, can you tell me more about why? Are these for fun, or is the goal breeding gorgeous mutt guppies? Well, a little bit of both. I mean, a lot of guppies especially do well outside. They just, the direct sunlight does help. But it's also fun just to have them outside. And there's all kinds of different things that people do outside. I mean, we've got a lot of people here that do summer tubbing. It just extends your hobby and lets you do some different things. Shrimp can go out there, rainbows. I mean, people do just about everything with it. It's fun to do. And there's a great book by Dr. Ted Coletti that's all about summer tubbing. It's on Amazon. Great book. If he's going to be at the Clash again this year, he goes every year. Super nice guy, and he's very knowledgeable about tubbing as well.
I'm gonna have to get that book. That'd be awesome.
I do have a copy of it here.
Oh, awesome! I absolutely love summer tubbing. Were you going to show it, or if you can't get to it?
I don't know where it's at. But Dave's Aquarium Thoughts gave you another super chat. Said $2. He said no live tonight, but we'll go Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern.
Awesome. Super cool. I love to tub. It's so easy.
Yeah.
I mean, I do live in a semi-tropic area. We don't get much snow. We have lots of heat. So my biggest issues is to make sure the water doesn't get in the hundreds. It does get into the 90s, but my guppies don't mind it. They just mass produce. It's your guppies will produce more, I think, in a tropical an outdoor summer environment than they will in your fish tank. Not only is it, natural sunlight, all the bugs and things that go into your water will go into it, because you're going to have your mosquitoes. You're going to have all sorts of stuff. I used to fight the frogs. And last year, every morning I got up and I went to my ponds and I fished the pond eggs out, or the frog eggs out. And I had 0 tadpoles this year. Nope, that's a lie. One of my tanks had about 8. So I missed a couple. But the first year I ever did it, I had hundreds of tadpoles. So maybe thousands probably. And yields were okay, except for the one that I had, the spawning of tree frogs. And it's just, I have a tree frog, a Tennessee gold tree frog produces something off their body that kills the fry. So that was a bummer, hard thing to learn, but I learned it. But to keep the water cool, because the biggest problem is you want to keep oxygen in the water. So I put a fountain in every one of my tubs. And last year I bought 2 smaller tubs, and I bought the smallest pumps on Amazon. And these pumps pumped like insane amounts. I mean, I put it in there and it literally looked like a volcano in these 2 tubs. And I never set those 2 tubs up because I didn't want to buy 2 more, pumps that pump, like, instead of pumping 5 gallons an hour, it probably pumped 500 or something, or 5,000. It was insane.
Yeah.
It looked like a geyser. It was the best pumps I ever bought in one retrospect.
Ever Hopeful also said, is there an average tub size? And that's the cool thing too about it is, let's say you live in an apartment or something, you've got a patio, you can put them out there. You can do little tubs. Like I've got a 70 gallon. I also have a 17 gallon, but people do like rice fish and even smaller stuff. There's really a wide range of what you can do. I mean, you can use, there was a guy who lived out in Bakersfield, California. He would use like ice chests and stuff in his backyard, and he just had tons of those, or styrofoam coolers that he would raise guppies in, or different things as well. So it's really pretty cool because there's so many choices for what you can do. And Oinky, thanks for dropping the link for that too.
Oh, awesome. I breed all mine in 110 gallon like feeding troughs that you get at Tractor Supply. I normally buy 2 a year. I think I'm probably going to hold off this year just to save the money, but and just go with 4 tubs outside, and I have 4 tubs inside. And then I had a 15 gallon tub in the front porch, but I got a lot less yield of fry. So The bigger tubs, I think, do a lot better. And it was, I think it did a lot better because it was in my backyard. I don't know if dogs would come up and drink out of it, and things, because my backyard's got a privacy fence around it.
Yeah.
And, we've got a lot of dogs. And so it may have been a watering trough for them, and they were just gulping up,
Yeah.
guppies. And
Hi, Steven.
so, and like, I'm not mad about it. My next door neighbor's dog I love. He's a retired police officer dog, and he's amazing. Even though one time I stepped in his poop and it was so big, it came in both sides of the top of my shoe.
The neighbor or the dog?
I hope the dog. I was going to throw the shoe away. I threw the shoe in the trash can, and my dad took it off and cleaned it off for me and hosed it off. Because, my dad doesn't believe in throwing things away. But yeah, I threw up. That was so gross.
Red laser.
So now I watch where I walk when I'm on that side of the yard.
Yeah. Stephen White says, I do gold white cloud mountain minnows in my tubs. I did that in my pond. I had the gold white clouds. Love those. And the gold and red really pop. They do. They just get so bright, and they're beautiful little fish. I love those white clouds. The golden especially, but even the regular white clouds. We need to get going because you only got like 8 minutes left, and we have a few more of these left, don't we?
Yeah. Now this guy looks a lot like my platinum red-tailed Dumbo. So this one's out because I already have this fish. Even though that's a much bigger Dumbo than my fish.
Yeah, those are huge.
Huge.
It almost makes you feel like it's too much, and it would bother the fish. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like an African Dumbo. That's just beautiful. I think we may have seen this grass fish. And let's see.
That one's okay there. That's not bad. It's got a lot of different colors.
Yeah. I think I like the purple better.
Hi, Zenny.
And we've seen this guy. And then these are really pretty because they have the rainbow. They're they look like a galaxy. Oh, look, they're called red dragon half moons. But you can almost see the galaxy.
Oh, yeah.
And I bet you all those muted colors would just pop like crazy in the sun.
Yeah. That's, man, I don't know. I don't know. It's a tough choice. There's so many cool ones. That one might be up there too, because
I mean,
especially
look at that
yeah, right there. That's just beautiful.
Okay, so this is in the keepers. So what we're going to do is we're going to say yes or no. Okay, so this is a yes right now. Are we going to go with these or just say no? No to the endlers?
No, we got to draw a line. No.
Okay. We're going to say no to this one.
I don't know. I'm on the fence on that one.
Okay, so what we're going to do right now is it's going to be between this or the one that that's on the yes.
The first one.
I think I like the first one better than this one.
Me too. But are we going to allow the chat to? You said you were going to allow them, so.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I'm so sorry, folks, because this is free.
So between the very first one, the Dragon Half Moon, or this one?
You know what?
Which one?
How about we pick 4, and then I'll put it on a community post and let the people vote.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So for sure the first one. And so let's just stop even thinking about the first one. And now we're thinking about the next 3 spots. Do we want to put this one in one of those spots?
No.
Okay. Is that what the folks are saying? I'm seeing purple. And this is a no because I already have it, guys. That'd just be silly to. There's these real pretty blue tuxedos.
Well, the very first one's got to be on the list. The very first one.
Oh, the very first, the green one.
Yes. That one.
Yeah, that one's so beautiful. So how about both ends? The green one and the other one, the dragon. because I love how it's just all pastels.
So we need to fill it out with 2 more.
Yep. And I think we probably should do the purple because I've seen purple. That's a crazy awesome fish too, man. I tell you what. Did it
I
again.
tell you what. I don't care for the albino as much. That one's I agree. I agree. Let's put that on the list. I agree. And then there was that one. That guy.
Okay.
That's my choice, but I don't know. I don't know. It's your
so let's let the people say this is A or and then there's these guys. So we've got this is gonna be C. This is B. And Ugly's ugly, or Rico's ugly. Oh my God, I'm so sorry, Rico.
No, that's all right. That's factual.
Rico's ugly. No, Rico's ugly guy is A. So if you guys would put A, B, or C, this is A, B. Ow, God, I wish I wouldn't do that.
Brother Dan.
A, B, and C.
All right, A, B, and C.
I tried to breed some of these a couple years ago, and they didn't make it.
Hi, Holly. She said, like the Fonz would say, A. Ex-Huntress Assassin. Hello. Says B. Dave says B.
Great.
Let's see. So we'll so these are the other 3 to fill it out. We got to figure out which ones of these we want. The green one will be on there. The very first one we saw, the one in his hand, will be on there, and then that also the very last one we saw. Those 2 are on the list, but now we're filling it out with these other ones. So this one will be on the list.
And this one are on the list.
Hi, Jeff.
And this one may not look great outside. I don't know.
I don't.
But we want to sell them.
Yeah.
So it's and this one's on the list. This purple.
Yeah,
we had a lot of people saying purple. And that really is a pretty. I mean, the females are amazing.
Yeah.
And it's hard to find a good female.
Oinky's in the chat. That's rude.
I know. It took me 50 years to find a wonderful, perfect one. Just
Steven says A.
A. Steven likes the ugly guy. Do you want 1 point for the A?
We got a few for the A's. We got some C's and B's, though. I don't know. It's
right now I got 2 of each.
So we got
I'm going to go through
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
I see a W. Oh, Steven says A.
9,
Dave says B.
10, 9. I see 9 B's.
TK. 9 B's?
Yeah.
Oh, I think 4 A's. I think the B's win. So that's this one right here. That is a really pretty fish. I tell you what, man, it makes me want to go out and buy a second tub or a 5th tub. So what we'll do is we'll put this, the purple, and the 2 others on the ends on the community tab. And I will do my first poll. So it may not work the first time, but check it out and we'll announce it, which is the winner. So thanks, guys. And we'll do updates on it, and it'll be fun. And like I say, hopefully it works out. Sometimes when I get new guppies, they just don't work in my water. For some reason, I've had a hard time getting any guppies from Kentucky to live in my water. It's only 1 state away.
Oh, it's
And
Kentucky.
I guess I don't know.
Sorry, John, if you're here.
They
Sorry,
put a
Steve.
lot of rust in their water.
It's gonna be fun though because we get to pick the one. Plus, we get to see them all summer. We get to see them grow up. We get to see them not grow up, but And if you go to the Keystone Clash, you can actually buy some of them. So there's a whole trail there. It's a lot of fun. Killer Kitty gave you a $5 super chat as she's wont to do. Thanks.
Thanks,
you
Holly. So much, Killer. You're awesome. Well, I don't know. It's probably a goofy show, but I appreciate everybody hanging out and talking guppies. I love talking guppies. We can talk a lot of tubs. Maybe next week we'll go through all the steps that I take setting up a tub. So maybe we can just count on next week being a tub episode too, where I show you all the steps that I take. I purposely harden my water because I have so much rain here in Chattanooga. We get about 70 inches of rain a year. So I literally have to take rainwater out all the time. It doesn't evaporate. So I add hardening agents to my water. I add the plants, and there's just different steps I have to take. I do have heaters for in case in October it gets a little too cold. I normally wait till the end of October, but we'll probably harvest like 2 or 3 weeks early this year.
Well, yeah, because the Clash is the first weekend in October. So
yeah, we'll harvest probably a month early. At least these guys will harvest, and maybe if I have a bunch of others, maybe I'll bring a couple from the other tanks or tubs too.
Zenny gave you a membership message she's been a member for 23 months. She said, missed most of it, but good to see you boys. And there's Coro too.
Thank you so much. Hi, Coro. And I don't know, Rico, are you going to have a show this Saturday night?
I have no plans right now for streaming. If I feel up to it, probably not, because tomorrow is Michelle's birthday, and so we're going to go do some stuff this weekend for her birthday, and so probably not. But I don't know. I'm not planning. I'm just whenever I feel up to it, I go. So,
well, maybe we'll do a skipper show so he can make up for his lost time for tonight.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
Last week we had a fun time doing a Dungeons and Dragons. Next did his Dungeons and Dragons group, and that was a lot of fun. So, guys, we'll catch you all on the flip side. And thank you for coming in. I love you, Uncle Bruce. I hope that the time change didn't mess you up too bad. And did we know who's going next?
I don't know anybody. I don't know if anybody is. Yeah. Thank you, Nathan and Mark. I think Dave is going to go later, but it's still an hour or two. 21st birthday. Janet.
Well, maybe Zen will go. Okay. Well, I'll talk to you later.